Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley and today I am going to be doing a little fun video. So I actually filmed this last night and the footage was messed up, so we're going to be refilming it today. My husband and I were in Walmart going through the Christmas gift section, and they have a ton of these makeup gift sets. Most of them are pretty terrible, but there are a couple good ones. I bought two now that are actually really good, but we found this hard candy best of kit. It comes with, it says 15 pieces. It comes with a makeup bag, an eyeshadow palette, a eyeliner, lipstick, setting spray, mascara, face primer, eye primer, and a highlighter. So what I'm going to do, and it's actually my husband's idea, is I'm going to film me testing out all of this stuff and seeing if it's actually worth it. So yeah, this was $14.88. It says it's a $45 value. But, so you get this really nice makeup bag. It is very scratchy, so this glitter is definitely probably going to come off. But, I mean, it's really cute. It's like a nice black holographic. It's not included with foundation and a couple other things, so I'm going to be using my own, but I'm going to use all drugstore stuff. So if you wanted to buy this kit and then spend an extra couple bucks for whatever foundation and that, then hopefully you could have like a full makeup kit. So I'm actually going to start off with the eyes. So it comes with an eyeshadow primer. You squeeze it out. That's what it looks like. It looks a lot like the Urban Decay primer potion. And it feels a lot like it as well. Now I will say the eyeshadow palette that is included in this kit, there's a darker shade in there that you could use to deepen up the outer portion of your eye, but the only two matte shades are very, very light. So what I've done is I have also brought in another hard candy eyeshadow palette. So this is the one that's included in the kit. They're both rose gold. I don't know what the point of that is, but you know. So this is the one included in the kit, and these are actually really good. So I'll swatch it for you. Ooh, my swatches would turn out less crappy. So these are 6 pan eyeshadows. That black one. Let's swatch this one again. So they're definitely buildable, but I mean, the glitter shades are quite glittery and they're kind of crumbly, but if you apply it with your finger, that's really not a big deal. And I typically apply shimmer glitter shades with my fingers anyways, so it's nothing to me. And then this is the other eyeshadow palette that I've brought in just so I can use this black shade here, but I'll swatch these for you as well. And the fun thing about this palette is this was $1. They have these in their stocking stuffer Christmas section as well, and I bought all of the ones that they had. No shame. And then the last two matte shades. The black in this, it's definitely buildable, but it's just a little bit hard to work with. But as long as you go with a light hand, it's not that bad. So I'm gonna do one eye on camera, and then I'll finish off the other eye, and we'll come back to do the face. So I'm going to start off with a Sigma flat top packer brush, I guess you could call this. This is my eyeshadow primer setting brush. It's the only thing I use it for. So we're just going to go into the lightest shade here, and we're going to set that primer. A lot of people have like mixed feelings about setting primer or setting eyeshadow primer, but honestly, I just like to do it because I would rather build up a color to have a little bit more pigment than to have it catch and be impossible to work with. I am going to set the other eye real fast. But I just pack on that light shade. And then next I'm going to take, I have a couple brushes here. What kind of brush am I feeling? Sorry, a little underprepared. This is a Morphe M441 brush. This is a blending brush. And then I'm going to go into this mauve matte shade here. Now what I did notice last night when I was using these is that it seemed to kind of hard pan, but when I rub my brush in it, it just comes right off, so maybe not. It's not as mauve on the eyelid as it is in the pan, but that's okay. So we just blend that into the crease. Sorry, I'm looking down. My mirror's right in front of me. Okay, next I'm going to take, this is a Morphe R39 brush. It is, it's a blending brush, but it's flat, if that makes sense. So you can kind of get right into that crease. But I'm going to use this with, this is the other eyeshadow palette, with this shade here. And I'm just going to pack that right into the crease just to deepen it up a little bit. And I'm going to take the first brush and just blend it out and together. It's basically the same color, even though they look just a little bit different. The second shade is just a little bit deeper, so it just darkens up that crease pretty nicely. Next, and this is where you have to be careful, like I said, I'm actually going to take, this is a Wet n Wild, I think it's like a, I don't know what it is, some sort of brush for, I think it's like a crease brush, but I don't know. It's basically the same thing that we were just using. I really like to use this brush to take deeper shades. It just, I like the way it packs it on the corner. So we went into that dark shade there. And we're just going to pat that on the outer corner of your eyelid. I just feel like it distributes the pigment much better. And then we're going to take the first brush and blend that. And then we're going to dip back into that black shade. And then what I'm going to do is slightly drag it in towards the inner corner. Most of the product has been dispersed on the outer edge. This just helps blend it and then deepen up that crease. And I'm going to take the second brush, the smaller version of the brush we were just using, and I'm just going to run over it. And then I'm going to take the first brush. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take from the palette that came in the kit this, it's like a pink with a gold shift, this one right here. And this one's really comparable to a shade in the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. But I'm going to take that on my finger and just pack that on the inner part of my eyelid. All over the eyelid. Like I said, these are a little bit crumbly, but when you pack them on with your finger, it's not bad at all. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this icy white shade, champagne shade here. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take from the other palette this first shade here, and this is a bit more glittery. I think it has a spray over, but it's still very metallic underneath it. I'm just going to take it on my finger and I'm going to pop it right in the middle of my eyelid. This just adds an extra dimension to the look. And then I kind of just blend the both together. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the Wet n Wild brush. Take just a very tiny bit of that black shade and just blend it with the glittery shades. And then you just blend it. Alright, so I'm going to hop off real fast. I'm going to finish the other eye and then I'll come back. Okay, so I'm back. I finished the other eye. I put on eyebrows, or well, did my eyebrows. So overall, yes, I really like these eyeshadow palettes. They are fantastic. The ones for $1, and I talk about them in an upcoming video, are just ridiculous. Go buy them. They're at Walmart. They're in their Christmas aisles with the stocking stuffers if you can get your hands on them. They're fantastic. But next, we are going to be moving on to the face. So I'm going to put on my little cat ears here to hold my hair back. So they have this Sheer Envy Longwear Primer. It's a 12-hour primer. We're going to put that on the face. It is very how to describe it? It doesn't appear very silicone-y. It looks more like a lotion, but it's very tacky. So we're just going to put that all over the face, see what it does for my pores. I don't have huge pores. I did get lucky in that area. I have a couple little spots, but generally I don't have to worry about my pores. Yeah, it's very, very tacky. So while we let that sit, Today I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Matte HD Longwear Matte Foundation. This is in the shade Ivory. This is the lightest shade, I believe. It's a little bit too light for me, but the next shade up was way too orangey dark, so compromises had to be made. For my brows, I use the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Gel. I use this when I'm feeling really lazy. This is in the shade Blonde, because it's much easier for me to use since I have full eyebrows already. They're just super blonde, instead of doing a pencil, because I usually do the gray pencil, but I'm just not feeling it. So this is a beauty sponge from Ross, I believe. They came in like a pack of 3. This is a nice texture. It's not too firm, but it's not too soft. Like, I'm not a big fan of beauty blenders because I think they're too soft. Like, I feel like I'm just gonna rip it in half while I'm trying to do my makeup. But the really nice thing about this Pro Matte Foundation is it is matte. It has a pump. And you can get this at Ulta. I think they're like $5, $6. It's less than $10. But you can definitely build this up to be full coverage. I usually go about medium. I have drier skin, especially in the winter time. So full coverage just makes me look super cakey. Got into my eyebrow. Story of my life. So we just pat that on and blend it out. Does anyone ever feel like if you do one eye at a time, eyeshadow wise, that the second eye comes out looking so much better? Why? It's frustrating. So yeah, this shade is definitely a, well, I guess it is my shade. I like it because it's not too cool tone, but it's not too warm tone. So I don't get like really pink or really yellow. I have that problem since I'm so fair that I'm way more neutral toned. If I get one that's more cool toned or more cool tone, I tend to turn whatever tone it is like real fast, and it's not cute. So next we are going to use the Revolution Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour. This is in the shade C1. You can find this at Ulta. This is a drugstore brand. These are, I really like Makeup Revolution. But it's got this nice big doe foot. I use this way more than I use my Tarte Shape Tape anymore. Y'all, in the video last night that I had filmed, I used a hard candy concealer that I'd had for a long time. And it's in like a squeezy tube, and the tube busted on the bottom. So there was concealer everywhere. It was a really bad time. So just conceal under the eyes. I have a couple blemishes on my chin, so I put just a little bit of concealer on that. Conceal down the nose. But this concealer is really great. It's not, I wouldn't say it's full coverage. Like, you can still see a little bit of my no sleep lines, no sleep bags. I did not sleep good last night at all. But I mean, I have pretty significant lines under my eyes, so this one doesn't accentuate them the way a full coverage concealer would. I'm just not a full coverage queen. Like, there are people out there that are, and that's super awesome. I wish I could be, but I like a little bit of the freckles to show through. I don't like all the lines and the cakiness. My skin just doesn't agree with that, so we roll with it. To set my face, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed Powder in the shade Warm Light. I really enjoy this powder. As you can see, I have hit pan on it. But I'm going to be using a Morphe Y11 brush to set underneath my eyes. And we're not going to bake today. Then I like this brush to pack on where I need a little bit more powder, so like under eyes, around my nose, and then I have like a smile line right here, so I set that, and then on my chin. Anywhere I put concealer, really, I set. And then I'm just going to use a e.l.f. powder brush. These brushes are really fantastic. I found the whole set at Marshall's for super cheap a couple months ago, and I have been loving them. But we're just going to take a light dusting and set the face so that when we test out the other products, they won't snag or catch or be patchy, hopefully. Alright, so it comes with a highlighter, but it doesn't come with a blusher or bronzer. So what I have is Hard Candy's killing it with their little stocking stuffer makeup game. If y'all have somebody in your life that loves makeup, or like a young niece or sister or whatever, these are great. I have the bronzer and the blush, and then the highlighter that came in the kit. Yeah, so the highlighter is in the shade Glamour Girl. That's what it looks like on the outside. And these are scented. If you have a problem with scented things, this is Pina Colada scented. That's what it looks like. It reminds me of the e.l.f. baked blush. Baked highlighter. So for the blush we have, the bronzer, we have Party Girl. This is chocolate scented. That's what it looks like. And these are marbleized, so they're pretty cool. And then the blush is Girl Next Door. It's strawberry scented. I just dug my finger in it. That's what it looks like. And then it's a really pretty marbleized. The only problem I have with this blush is that it's super shiny. So let's see how it translates onto the skin. We're going to start with the bronzer. And I am going to use a Sonia Kashuk tapered powder brush. We're just going to go into it. It is very chocolate scented. It smells way better than the CoverGirl chocolate scented stuff though. Let's try this. It's definitely there. Yeah. I like the way it smells. Most bronzers are coconut, tropical scented, like the butter bronzer. I do love that smell though. But I just think to smell chocolate with the bronzer is a good idea. So, because my foundation is a little bit lighter, I'm going to make sure I hit my forehead a little bit more, just to make it not look so absolutely pasty white. Alright, next we're going to go into the blush. This is a Morphe E4 angled blush brush. Let's see how shiny this is. There's a good bit of sheen, but the color is really, really pretty. Alright, so what I'm going to do to assist that a little bit is I'm going to take my beauty blender or beauty sponge and I'm just going to pat over it, and it takes away a little bit of that sheen. So next I'm going to take the highlighter on a Morphe R36 brush. This is a more subtle glow. But it is there for $1 or however much it was. Alright, so I'm going to finish up my eye look. I'm going to be using the Hard Candy Be Bold mascara, and then I'm going to pop the eyeliner into my waterline. This is just their Stroke of Gorgeous eyeliner pencil. It's just a regular pencil, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I'm back. Overall, I'm actually pretty impressed. I don't know, I can't zoom in. They're not bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe off my lips. Now, I will say I like Hard Candy's Velvet Mousse lip colors. I own a couple already. So this is the one that came in the box. This is the one, like that example of what I own. I will I don't like that the one that came in the box doesn't have a name, so but we're still gonna go with it. They smell really good. I also don't like the applicator brush. Like, it's too long, it's too weird, but it is what it is. Oh, and I hate this color. I think for a darker skin tone, this would look really good, but it's just too orange on me. Oh, I also took the white shimmery shade from the palette you get in the kit, this one, and I highlighted my brow bone and my inner corner, and then I took the pinky mauve shade and just went underneath my eyes. And I was really impressed with the way the white shade performed. But so these lipsticks are they don't dry down all the way matte, so they're very comfortable formula, but they don't stay. So You just have to keep reapplying it. And then lastly, I'm going to apply this Longwear Sheer Envy setting spray. It's supposed to be fade resistant and humidity protectant. This smells like cucumbers, and it smells so good. Yeah, it smells fantastic. So it does have a kind of harsh sprayer, but it smells so good. And then lastly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that highlighter again while my face is still a little damp. And I'm going to apply it some more. And that's a way to make a highlighter really pop. You spray it, or you put it down and then you spray it and then you put it down again. So, all right, guys, it's my finished look. I think it's fantastic. I think you should absolutely run to Walmart and pick up this kit. It's got perfect trial size things, so you can take it with you. This setting spray, I don't care if it works or not. It smells so daggum good. I'm probably gonna go buy a full size one if I can find it. It smells like straight cucumber water. The highlighter is really pretty. The what else? The eyeshadow kits, palettes, whatever. Love them. The primer, I don't think I'll be reaching for it again. It didn't really do a whole lot, if anything. I don't know. I just don't like the face primer. The eyeshadow primer, it looks like it's doing a really good job. The pencil and the mascara, they do what pencils and mascaras do. The lipstick, I hate this shade. Maybe with like a grungier eye look, I could pull this off. We'll see. Meh. But the lipstick formula is fantastic. That's the important thing. Like, if you want a good liquid lipstick, that's it. That's not like super crunchy. I hate super crunchy liquid lipsticks. Like, I refuse to wear them anymore. But if you have a little bit darker skin tone than me, then I think it would look great. So, but yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. Y'all are the best. Oh, also be sure to like this video and subscribe.